Salakia, Akian Wakwafim. I got cut off by a phone call. Yeah, man, that just threw me off track. But let's get back right into it. It says, we have seen so many strange outbreaks of disease in recent years, but what we have experienced so far is nothing compared to what is coming. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Bill Gates talking about the next one. Everybody's going to catch everybody by surprise, right? One of these days, something. I'll read this. In Matthew 24, Yahushua also warned that there would be famines in the last days. This is something that I've been writing a lot about lately as a result of the crisis in the Strait of Hormuz. Farmers all over the northern hemisphere have not been able to get nitrogen fertilizer that they need for this growing season. At this point, even Fox News is warning that a global famine fears are rising. Analysts warn global famine fears are rising as food prices climb and fragile supply lines are strained during the Strait of Hormuz crisis, raising the risk of a prolonged Suez-scale 8-year disruption. As the conflict entered day 62, the U.S. maintained its naval blockade of traffic entering and exiting Iranian ports, while Iran continued to effectively close the strait. Nitrogen fertilizer is the only reason we were able to even come close to feeding 8 billion people. In 2026, a lot less nitrogen fertilizer will be used all over the world, and that means that a lot less food will be grown. And that is really bad news because hundreds of millions of people are currently living right on the edge of starvation, famines. Famines, scarcity of food, right? People going to be resorting to stealing, killing, cannibalism. It's going to get that bad, man. This is our monthly ration, a father told me, flanked by his family as he held up a 3/4 full bucket of sorghum. What the hell? I'm curious. What is this? Let's do a quick um 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 uh what is sorghum? Oh, it's like a grain. Oh, it's just some grains, basically. I'm like, what's that? I thought it was slop for a minute, like. But where was I at? I still carry vivid memories of this visit to Kenya's Kakuma refuge camp, especially the camp hospital malnourished children wards, and of watching life-saving products like ready-to-use therapeutic food, agricultural commodities, and market-based assistance reach families displaced by violence in the Horn of Africa. So you got people that's surviving off grains, and without nitrogen fertilizer being distributed to a majority of these farmers, it's going to get bad, man. According to the UN, the number of people experiencing acute hunger was already at an all-time record high, even before the war with Iran began. Now things will get significantly worse. I don't want to end this article without talking about earthquakes. Someday, an apocalyptic earthquake will strike along the new Madrid fault zone. Scientists assure us that it is just a matter of time before this happens. On April 23rd, the largest earthquake to shake the new Madrid fault zone in more than 20 years hit very close to the town of Kuder Missouri. So you just had an earthquake that hit close to the New Madrid fault. These is earthquake. These is diverse places, and they hitting on fault lines. So Earth going man, it's about to get bad, man. You know, Earth splitting. It's going, man. The day of the Lord, when this happens, it's gonna get bad, man. When the Lord visits this earthquake caused so much shaking that it was felt all the way in Memphis, Tennessee. From Missouri to Memphis, Tennessee. Overall, the USGS is telling us that there were 20 significant earthquakes in the Madrid fault zone in just a 3-week period. It was even felt here in Memphis, but the system usually does not have earthquakes of this magnitude too often. Earthquakes in diverse places. We just read it. We just read it in Matthew 24, but let's get it in Luke. Matter of fact, let's get it in Mark. It's the same wording, different author. Mark 13 and 9, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows. These will bring troubles. Famine is going to bring trouble. Earthquakes is going to bring trouble. Earthquake happened out here in Cali, it's over with. All these freeways going to get knocked the hell down, because that's the way of commuting out here, right? It's like California is like a driving state. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to use the highways to experience California. You got to have a reliable car to really experience California. And that's due to the highways. And their highways are a lot of loops, bridges, you know what I'm saying? But if you knock those things down, you're not going to be able to take the 15 to the 210, you know what I'm saying? Exit, get off this, get off that, and get on the 405 to the Van. Like, it's not going to work, man. Earthquake, seismos, a shaking, a commotion, a tempest, an earthquake. Strong's definition, a commotion, a gale, a earthquake. Man, the earth is shaking under you, man. And these are signs the Lord is right around the corner. And the one in Missouri, mind you, what just happened all the way in Memphis, Tennessee. They're building up all them data centers, right? Memphis, which is a capital city in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And now you got all those data centers out there. So the Lord is like, he's zoning in on Edom, man. He gonna let an earthquake, gonna break up them goddamn 5 million gallon sucking ass data centers, man. A lot of people out there wonder why I keep returning to certain themes over and over again. The reason I do that is because for war, famine, pestilence, and earthquakes in our future. Most people in general population do not seem to realize this, but we really are moving in the most apocalyptic period of all time in all of human history. This is going to be a tremendous amount of confusion out there, and that is why it is so important for us to share the truth while there is still for us to do so. And you got the prophets out there. We out there. Today's Saturday, we gonna be out there. Brothers is out there. Brothers in the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Brothers out in Texas yesterday, Friday. Even before Friday, they was out there Thursday. I think brothers be out there Tuesday. You got brothers that be out Sunday. You got brothers, like, come on, man. You ain't even got to turn on the news. All you got to go, just walk out to your broad place, and you're going to see the men of the Lord right there telling you what the MOTB is, telling you what the ICBM missiles is about, what the UFOs is about, who salvation is for, who the Lord's chosen people are. Simple as that. But hey, they knew not until the flood came, man. So with that, call halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutation unto the hopeful elect. Till next one, I say shalom.